Hi guys, welcome to today's trade of the day. And for today's trade of the day, we'll be looking at the Euro CAD. So why am I deciding to look at the Euro CAD? Is because after filtering through all the other Forex pairs, there are quite a bit of heavy Euro related news coming up later today. Right? So with that, let's just dive right in and check out the chart. Okay, so for EuroCAD right now, on the daily, it seems like a huge mess. Okay, it really seems like a huge mess. A lot of huge sideways movement, and for people who are not exactly trained, there doesn't seem to be any opportunities here. However, I just want to point out that I think there is quite a nice opportunity on the EuroCAD for a short position. All right, but let me walk you guys through the analysis and let's figure it out. So on the daily, we have definitely a support level here, right? This is definitely a strong support level. Okay, we can call this the daily support. Now, why I chose this level immediately? Because it jumped right out at me that it was tested once, twice, third, fourth time, and price went all the way up, and price seems to be coming back down. So I'm thinking price could very easily make a push down here, right? Further, from yesterday, we saw that there was a bearish engulfing candle, a very nice bearish engulfing candle, though it did not happen right at the top, but 3 days ago, right over here at the start of the week, I believe. Okay, we have an inside day, right? So it's also sort of a bearish indication. All right, and of course, where do we find the daily resistance? I would pick my daily resistance somewhere over here. But for me, the daily resistance is more of a zone rather than one specific price level like this daily support. Right? So the real zone for me is actually something like that. It's quite wide, but just for presentation sake, I'll put the daily resistance there, purely based on the last swing high and the graphical. Right? So with that, let's quickly head down to the 4 hours. So on the 4 hours after zooming in, right, this is what we see, okay? And like I mentioned, there's a strong push up, price came down, okay, broke below this sort of a double top pattern. And what I'm expecting price to do is actually to retest and then go all the way down. Now we know that double top and double bottom patterns have to come after a preceding trend. So now there's a strong upwards trend and it forms a double top pattern, right? So of course, we can use, because of this zigzag, we can actually use Fibonacci extension to see how far down price can go. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3 points. Open all Fibonacci levels. All right, we see that 100% has already been tapped. All right, the next level would actually be the 127.2 and possibly even the 161.8. Okay, why I'll not consider the 100% is because it's already been touched. So this level has already been used. Okay, so let me just highlight the 127.2 and the 61.8. All right. Further, we can take a retracement, okay, from the high to this swing low over here, open off Fibonacci ratio. And we see as well the 27.2, negative 27.2 and negative 61.8 levels line up very nicely with the 127.2 and 161.8 extension. Further, the 38 here is as highlighted the neckline. Okay, so I'll just highlight the 38. Okay, the negative 27.2 and negative 61.8. So now we're starting to find a lot of Fibonacci confluences, right? A lot of Fibonacci confluences. Okay, and let's put in the levels. Okay, so this will be my 4-hour resistance. Okay, and of course, we can have intraday target here. And a second one here. So this quite seems to be building up to be a very nice level. So what I'm thinking that could possibly happen is for price to actually make a push down to this level first, right? Once price has reached this level, you can see price go down to the next level and finally towards the daily support. Okay, so but for now, let's just go down to the 1 hour to clarify the chart. Okay, so price is definitely hovering around sideways, right? Definitely sideways. There isn't any other Fibonacci levels that we can take. Okay, so for presentation purpose, we'll go back down to 4 hours and I'll just change this to my sell entry. Okay, my sell entry. And this one, I'll consider it my first take profit. Okay, I'll consider it the TP1. This one, let's call it the TP2. And finally, the TP3. So the further the TP is, all right, it means that there's a lesser probability of it going there. Okay, so what I would actually propose is once price comes back up to the sell entry, okay, we can have a sell limit order. Okay, it gets triggered, we can take profit at the 4 hour support, wait for price to break, retest, and let it play itself out. Now once you've taken profit at the first TP, remember to move your stop loss right to your sell entry so that you actually protect your position. So that even if price comes all the way back up, okay, you are not worried about making any losses. Okay, as for where should my stop loss be? Okay, the stop loss is really any level that you're comfortable with. But in this scenario, I'll just use the stop loss at a 61.8, which also happens to be the graphical overlap over here. Okay, so this makes out to be a nice risk reward ratio. Okay, my sell entry is here, my first TP is here, and my stop loss is here. The risk reward ratio of 1 is to 2.7. Okay, even if you are just aiming for the first take profit. Of course, if you're playing all the way to the third take profit, then the risk reward ratio becomes a 1 is to 5.7. All right, so that's all the time that we have for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in to today's trade of the day. Wish you all the best, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.